I had to go and open my mouth, and now eBay has raised the selling fees on almost every single category. Yeah, welcome back into the channel, Rockstars. And unfortunately, today I have the bad news of telling you this. It's January 30th, 2025, Thursday afternoon, starting officially February the 14th, which is 2 weeks from Friday, the February 14th, Valentine's Day, actually, of 2025. eBay's fees in almost every single selling category are going to go up. So I don't think there's any point in us dwelling on this or getting angry about it or doing any of this stuff. There's nothing we can do about it. All I'm going to do is take you over to my computer. I will show you the fee increases. It is 0.35% on most categories. There are some exceptions. So that is a little more than 0.25%, 0.35%. So if you're paying normally, 13.35, you're going to pay 13.7. So just to give you an example, but let's go over to the computer. Let's not drag it out. I'll show you the fee changes. And then you guys and girls and lovely ladies and gentlemen can comment down below, which I think I have a pretty good idea of what those comments are going to be. However, before you do that, just remember Poshmark charges 20%. Amazon charges anywhere from 18 to 25%. So eBay is still the cheapest, but they're going to squeeze every penny they can. Every platform's going to do it until they can't squeeze anymore. So let's check them out. All right, here it is. Seller update, January 2025. Usually they do like a winter, a spring, a fall. I don't understand. I guess this is because of the fee update, but let's jump into it. There's 4 updates. One is to the item condition options for used clothes, which we covered in another video. I'm going to show you this right here in just a second. The business policy pages, which you guys know I hate. The buyer detail page, which is actually pretty cool. I'll show you this. And then, of course, the most important one, this final value fee increase. At the bottom, they have a button that you can see all the previous seller updates through all the years, through 2024 into 2025. We're not worried about that right now. I'm just going to start you guys off because you love my videos. Jump into the point. Let's just do the fees and financials first, and then we'll go over the other 3 updates that are all pretty important, except for one in my opinion. But let's do the fees first because you guys don't want me to drag the video on, right? So here you go. Final value fee changes in most categories. Remember this when you come back and watch my videos and subscribe and watch other people and do this. There's so many great YouTubers. Just remember I jump right into it. I'm not going to make you wait to the end of the video to see the final value fee changes. Okay. Enhancing your eBay experience. Yeah. We're committed to providing a secure, market-leading selling experience that empowers your business and connects you with the world. Our significant investments in trust and safety measures shield you from unpaid items, fraud, abuse, unforeseen disruptions, ensuring your business runs smoothly and empowering you to sell with confidence. They do lesser fees than most of the other platforms, but don't forget, they're just trying to explain why they're increasing fees right now. And in my opinion, anytime platforms increase fees, there's always a need to increase and keep up with inflation and expenses and overhead, but a lot of it is greed. So, and this isn't just unique to eBay, so keep that in mind. With our extensive international buyer pool and dedication to cross-border trade, your products can reach an unmatched global audience. Over the past year, we've been busy making eBay even better to support your business. Enhanced tools like the redesigned Seller Hub, automated offers, AI background, all these other things. As we build into 2025, they want to continue the improvements, and that is their explanation. To support these and future enhancements, we'll be adjusting the final value fees starting February the 14th, with increases ranging up to a maximum of 0.35%. And we remain committed to offering competitive fees that reflect the value you receive from selling on eBay. Of course, they are less than Amazon. They are less than Poshmark, so don't forget that. So there's 2 sets of fees. One is if you do not have a store or you only have the starter store. Remember, with a basic store or higher, you get discounted fees from everybody else. So something to keep in mind. The current fees, this is no store or starter store, okay? The current fees on most categories, including music, vinyl, motors, parts, supplies, currently you're paying 13.25% and 2.35 if it's over 75. You're going to go up to 13.6, which is that 0.35 that we talked about, right? NFTs, does anybody buy NFTs? The biggest scam ever that I called in like a dozen videos. I got called an idiot and I said, I hope you buy those monkeys on NFTs. Look at that. 5%. Not changing. Books and magazines, 14.95 to 15.3. Again, that 0.35%. Select business, heavy equipment, that's not moving. 8% of select clothing, shoes, and accessories. If the amount of the sale is $150 or more, the per order fee is not charged. 13.25% if the total amount of the sale is less than $150. It's going up to 13.6%. So that's shoes and accessories, men's shoes, athletic shoes, women's. So this is the shoe category. They're currently paying 13.25 or 13.6 when it goes up. And that is less than $150. If the total amount of the sale is $150 or more, you only pay 8%. So that's pretty good. Clothing, shoes, and accessories, the women's bags and handbags section, 15% if the total amount of the sale is $2,000 or less, and it's 9% if it is over $2,000. Paper, coins, and money, not changing. Coins and paper, money, bullion is changing. Comic books, memorabilia, non-sports trading cards, not changing. Jewelry and watches, not changing. Jewelry, watch parts, not changing. Musical instruments is changing. Sports memorabilia cards, sports trading cards, not changing. Toys and hobbies, collectible card games, not changing. And that's because these are two of the hottest categories they don't want to discourage people from. And again, some of the hottest categories they don't want to discourage people from. But most every other category is going to go up. So check that on your thing. And that is no store or with this starter store subscription. If you have a basic or higher, premium, anchor, this is your current fees. We're at $12.35. So if you look at a lot of the other categories, they are higher, most of the higher ones, by about 1%, right? So $12.35 to $12.7 for antiques, arts, all that sort of stuff. NFTs, again, not changing. Music and vinyl is changing. It's going from $12.35 to $12.7. If we come down here, $9 to $9.35, $12.35 to $12.7, $9 to $9.35. Most clothing and shoes, $12.35 to $12.75. Clothing, shoes, women's handbag, staying the same, $13.13, $7.7. Remember, it was $15.15 and $9.99 or $8.8 over here. So higher by at least a percentage or two, not having that store. So some of you try to justify not getting a basic or an anchor or premium store. Depending on your volume, not just the free listings that you need and the extra shipping supply coupons, which may or may not come to an end, you could save an extra 1%. So for every $100, you're saving $1. So if you're just somebody even just doing $2,000 a month, you could save $20. That's almost your basic store right there. So something to think about when you are calculating whether you should bump up in a store or not is not just how many free listings you get. That's an excellent way to tell. If you need more listing credit for free with a bigger store, but also how much are you saving on the percentage if you go from a starter to a basic? Now, when you go from a basic to a premium, these fees stay the same because the basic and premium have it. So it only makes sense for the listing, free listing credits at that point. Hopefully that makes sense. And then you guys can go down the rest of this. Coins and paper, $7.35 to $7.5. Most collectible categories, $12.35 to $12.7, so on and so forth. It goes all the way down the list. You guys can see all this. I'm going to link it below in the description box, along with a ton of other amazing links that you guys should be checking out. Video game consoles, $7 to $7.35. Video game accessories, parts, games, $12.35 to $12.7. All other categories from $12.35 to $12.7. So that's the fees. That's the new eBay fees. Most categories up 0.35. If you want to know specifically your category, I will link this directly below and then just scroll down and make sure you are selecting whether you have a starter store or basic store with one of these two options, option A or option B. Okay, the item conditions for pre-owned clothing. Used clothing, you got to select one of the new 3 pre-owned conditions. These make no sense to me. Please tell me I'm not crazy when I tell you what I'm about to tell you. You have to select whether it's pre-owned excellent, pre-owned good, or pre-owned fair. Now, the pre-owned fair is going to include anything with visible imperfections, including missing or damaged components, like I guess a button or a zipper or something like that. Guys, why is there not a pre-owned damaged or pre-owned like the new with defects? Why don't we have a pre-owned defect instead of a pre-owned fair? Because what some people think is fair, it's in fair condition, but there's nothing damaged on it, right? And you're going to ship them something damaged, they're going to be mad. How do CEOs of big Fortune 500, 100 companies get in these positions and not think this stuff through? Don't they pay people hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars? Remember the Poshmark and Macari fee and return shenanigans where I said, this is dumb. How do these people that get into these positions not understand to make dumb decisions? Well, this is a dumb decision. And this is what's crazy. They say the benefit is going to build trust, that people can trust your condition. It's going to increase your exposure, and it's going to reduce returns by being transparent. The problem is, I don't think it is. I think it's going to do the opposite, because what some people think is good, others might think is excellent, and vice versa. And what some people think is fair, they might think is damaged and not even supposed to be on here. So I just think this is a bad idea. Am I wrong? Am I crazy for thinking that? Can somebody chime in the comments section? What do you think about these three categories? Because again, what everybody thinks as condition wise can be very subjective. So I don't know what those CEOs are thinking, sitting around an office going, "Hey, yeah, Jimmy John, I think this is a great idea." I think it's a terrible idea. Anyhow, so that's the three new conditions when you do. Now, here's the bigger problem. This starts on February 4th, which is actually next Tuesday. You need to make sure, if you have used clothing, that on next Tuesday you are available immediately to make changes. Because once this change takes effect, February 4th, which generally they do at midnight/3 a.m. Eastern time, which would be the 3rd, Monday night, when it strikes midnight on the West Coast and it's 3 a.m., Tuesday morning/Monday overnight, Tuesday morning, these changes may take effect. And all of your pre-owned clothing is going to be updated to pre-owned good, which is the middle line here, right? You're going to need to go in, and everything that is not good that needs to be in the fair or in the excellent, you need to update that. It says you'll need to review any listings that are changed to pre-owned good and ensure the condition accurately reflects them. Necessary to revise your listings to the appropriate condition. Well, hello, what if I'm busy Tuesday? I got to go in and make these changes in bulk as quickly as I can, or an individual, or whatever the case might be, because they're going to automatically update, and I may sell some items as good that are actually fair and get an item not as described. If you're using third parties, it says it should be available through their tools. For example, List Perfectly, the cross-listing tool, which I'll link below if you want to try it out. Theirs should update to show those three conditions instead of just used, but you may have to update their extension or update their site or something along those lines. So I will try to keep you updated on my social medias about that. But if you do use a third-party tool, then definitely get in touch with them and find out about what they want you to do for this changeover. So unfortunately, I can't tell you that because I'm not on the tech side of those companies. But that is the new pre-owned clothing. That is update number 2. No, the fees were number 1. This one is pretty cool. Update number 3 is the benefits of buyer details. So basically, I'll shorten this up. And again, I'll link these below. You can read them. You can go to your order screen, click on your buyer's name, and it's going to tell you how many orders they've made, how many items, and their total sales. That's super cool. I can see how much people are spending, but also you can message them if you need. You can leave them feedback. My auto feedback is set, so I don't have to worry about that. But what's super cool is you can send a coupon directly from here, directly to them, and say, "Hey, man, you spent a lot of money. Here's 20% off. Come back and spend some more money." That is super clutch. All you have to do is simply click the buyer's name from the orders tab in the seller hub to view their details. And so that is active right now. It's a great addition. I really think it's cool. You can identify returning buyers. You can enhance their customer service. You can get to know them, see what they're spending, send them coupons. Love this. What do you guys think of that? I really, really love this. So that's a great update, number 3. Number 4 is one I don't care about, but it's an update on business policies. If you're not familiar with what business policies are, let's say that you ship a ton of t-shirts. You can set up a policy that will say all t-shirts are going to be 1-day handling, 30-day free returns, and USPS ground advantage, right? And then anytime you list a shirt, you just select that policy instead of going through and clicking the returns and the shipping and all that. Now, on paper, it sounds really great. It's a nightmare. It's a mess. I've been over this. If you need to go edit things, if you need to change listings, if you have somebody looking through your store, like when I did store reviews, you can't even tell what they are. They don't show what the policy is unless you name it that. So like your policy could say t-shirt, and that's all it's going to show. If you called it t-shirt, 1-day handling, 30-day returns, I'd be able to look and see that. But if you didn't, then you're like, oh, what was that policy again? Let me go back and check. I hate them. And just so you guys know that I practice what I preach, I have never made a policy. But if you like business policies, by all means, use them. You can set up your returns, your shipping, and your payments. That's the other one, the payment section, right? So I don't really know what the point of that is. Immediate payment is supposed to be automatically required now for pretty much everything anyhow. But that's it. So that's the 2025 seller update. Of course, the fees. This right here is the big one, which I just showed you guys on the fee screen, whether you have a store or you don't have a store, all the updates. And I can't wait to read the comments because, well, I know how you guys and girls and lovely ladies and gentlemen love the comments section. This one ought to be good. I'm going to post it right now. It is Thursday, January 30th, just a little bit around 5 p.m. in the East Coast. I'm going to post this right away. I just got this update at like 3 p.m. Eastern, so it hasn't been long. Let me know. Hit the like button. Don't shoot the messenger. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, I appreciate you watching. There's some amazing links. I'm going to link this update below so you can go check it out yourself. But there's also some more incredible links down in my description box, including the 2025 reseller bundle that I've created out of everything I've ever made in the last 8 to 10 years. It has hundreds of videos and guides and bolos and the hottest items to sell and sell-through rates and sheets and PDFs and spreadsheets. Anything you could ever need to learn how to sell full-time. not just on eBay, but Amazon, Poshmark, Shopify, social media, YouTube, Instagram, you name it. It's all included, and you get it for life, including the private Facebook group and private priority email support directly to me 7 days a week. So check that out. It's 80% off without a coupon code. That will be linked just below the link to this 2025 January eBay seller update. Thank you, everybody, for your time, and I'll see you next time.